What's up guys, Lucas still with Optimum Athletes. I want to get this video out for you guys really quick. Given the current situation of this country and having to get some thrown in at home and some quarantine, I just want to talk to you guys about kind of how to get that done with limited resources. So first up, plyo wall. You can use your mattress set up against a wall. Obviously don't have anything that is breakable around that. But any brick wall will do just fine. A wall ball, I've used a tennis wall before, the side of a building. Just make sure it's not a wall that's gonna break. And make sure, if you can, that it's smooth, not rough. Because if it's rough, it'll damage the balls. Last thing you use for a ply wall that I think works really well is to take a yoga mat and put it over a chain link fence. That will save your balls and works pretty well. Their chain link fences are pretty available. Next up on the agenda is plyo balls. So we recommend the Driveline plyo balls. However, those are currently back ordered. So if you don't have access to those, we recommend tap balls. I believe they're $68 on Amazon right now. The weights, however, are in ounces, so you're gonna have to do a bit of a conversion. There is no black ball for the tap ball. The heaviest ball is a green, and it is 32 ounces, which is about just over 900 grams. So it's a little bit lighter than the green Driveline ball, but it does the job. Next up is the blue ball, which is 21 ounces, which is around 600 grams. So it's a little heavier than the blue ball, the Driveline blue ball. But the one below that is the yellow ball, which is right at 400 grams, so it's a little bit lighter, but it's closer to the actual blue ball, the Driveline ball. And then the next one's the red ball, which is 7 ounces, which is right around 200 grams. So it's about 25 grams lighter than the red Driveline ball. Next up is the purple tap ball, which is 5 ounces, correlates to about 141 grams, which is pretty close with the yellow one, which is 150. And then the last ball in the tap ball is the orange one, which is 3.5 ounces, which is 99 grams, and is basically the same as the gray ball, which is 100 grams. Just know that when you go forward with it. We recommend probably for reverse throws and pivot picks, just do double volume green ball since there is no black ball. If you are a guy that goes black and green with those two drills. For roll-ins, if you're gonna go with the green and blue, personal preference if you like the blue ball or the yellow one of the tap ball, since they are they kind of hover around the borders of the actual blue ball, the Driveline ball, but kind of going on down there from the red, the purple, and the orange are all pretty much the same as the Driveline ones for the red, yellow, and gray. Before we throw any Driveline plyo balls or tap balls, you gotta make sure you warm up. So you might not be able to do our typical warm-up based on the equipment you have at home. So a couple hacks, first and foremost, if you have a baseball, that can take the place of the lacrosse ball. And next for J-bands, hopefully you have a set of J-bands, because that can also come in handy for the recovery process. So hopefully you're good there. For shoulder tube, a good hack is the green ball. Now it's not gonna be quite as good as the shoulder tube, but if you hold this and kind of shake it like a shoulder tube all the way up, all the way down, go through the whole routine, it'll activate the shoulder similarly the way a shoulder tube would. So now let's talk about a couple hacks for the recovery process. So the first thing that we do in our recovery circuit are rebounders. If you don't have a trampoline, this might be tough to do. So one thing that you can do to kind of simulate that is an upward toss, but instead of a regular upward toss like this, we're gonna toss it up and try to catch it with a straight arm. So we're getting that same sort of movement and stabilization in the back of the shoulder. Another thing that you can do is straight arm right here, boom. If you can do this pretty quick, you can get some activation to the shoulder, get some blood flow, a little recovery to that shoulder area. Again, none of these are gonna be perfect in replacing our actual drills, but we're doing the best we can with the current situation. Next up, for band pull-aparts, if you have J-bands, you can pretty much do your whole routine with the J-bands. Everything that you do with the band that you usually use for band pull-aparts, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so it's good to have J-bands because not only can you use these for warm-ups, but you can hack the recovery circuit with them. The last part of our recovery circuit are wader walks. If you don't have a kettlebell, one thing that you can do is take 2 wrist weights if you have them, stack them on top of each other, hold them just the same way that you do a kettlebell, and that's 20 pounds right there, lock it in. If you want to go even harder, you can put a plyo ball on top and balance it the same way that you would a kettlebell. So we want to keep this video short, but the last sort of thing that you might be wondering about is programming. My advice here is to kind of look at when your return to throwing date would be as far as competition and practice, and then kind of work back. So if you have 8-week chunk, you know you have 8 weeks to get ready, and then look at the amount of time you have, and then see what you want to accomplish within that window with the given resources that you have available to you. If you have any questions about anything I talked about or anything else you want to know, feel free to reach out to us, DM us, send us a question, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.